Hey, what's up, everybody? BDL 44 coming at you another video. All right, so the score is 123-120. The Lakers win at the buzzer. Rui Hachimura hit the big three from the corner. LeBron James sacrificed. The streak is over. He ended the game with 8 points, but it was a deliberate sacrifice. He was getting doubled, and he could have forced something, kept his streak alive. Probably would have been in overtime. He sacrificed that streak for a win, and Rui made it pay off because Rui is a fantastic efficiency shooter. This is what Rui brings to the table. He only had one board in the last game. They only attempted one shot. Came back the next game and got the game winner. Sweet redemption. Austin Reeves, 44 points. Just unbelievable, man. This game was one for the ages. We didn't play our greatest ball. We struggled a lot of the time. We were lethargic defensively a lot of the time, but we kept at it. We kept fighting. Austin Reeves with the play that tied the game up. LeBron James was sitting at the bench thinking the timeout was going to be called. Austin realized there was no defense, rushed at the rim, and tied the game at 120. Unbelievable plays, man. You talk about Jake LaRavia with the chase down block that ultimately was a breakaway shot that would have put the Toronto Raptors up by 4 with like 4 minutes to go. That was a huge momentum shift because we were literally in the position to basically have the momentum be at an all-time peak for the Toronto Raptors at that point in the game, and his chase down block was massive. It was so many key plays to this game, and we walk away with the victory, man. We walk away with the victory in the sweetest way. When you consider LeBron James struggling to get the points, we were able to, get it in the last game where he had 10 points. People were killing him for trying to chase down and keep the streak alive, and he sacrificed the streak tonight to assure that we had the best look at the buzzer, and I'm so glad the shot failed. This was an emotional win for the Lakers, man, and we got to turn around and go to Boston tomorrow, but wow, this is one I will never forget for a couple of reasons. B.I. in that Bush League unnecessary hit in the mouth that he gave Austin Reeves that felt like nothing but hate to me. They called it a regular foul, but I knew that was flagrant. I knew that was an unnecessary motioning, and I felt it was just jealousy, honestly. Guys hate when they see you doing what they should have been doing in the uniform but weren't able to do for whatever reason. And the B.I. obviously drafted here, second overall pick. He thought Austin was going to be him. Austin out here killing him while he has to run around in Canada. And guys hate, man. Guys really hate, bro. That's what I took from it. That was a hateful foul, and we walk away with the sweetest revenge, beating them at the buzzer, and he can think about that too. So yeah, man, I'm thrilled. I'm so relieved. This was a game for the ages. Let's get into the stats here. All right, first with the game cast. The Los Angeles Lakers had 31 in the first quarter. The Raptors had 26. In the second quarter, the Lakers had 36. The Raptors had 32. In the third quarter, the Raptors had 40. And the Lakers had 33, but I think Austin had like 22 of those 33 points in the third quarter. He was unbelievable. I took a shower during the third quarter, but I did hear what was going on. He was hitting threes and doing all types of stuff. Huge quarter for Austin, huge quarter for the Raptors. And then in the fourth quarter, the Lakers 23 points, Raptors 22 with the game-winning hoop on a Rui Hachimura three-point shot from the corner, silencing the crowd forever. That's what I'm saying anyway. All right, so let's get into the team stats. Team stats for this game: Lakers shot 50% from the field, 44 of 88. Austin's 44. A lot of 44s. BDL 44. You know what it is, man. 44 of 89 for the Raptors. Just one more attempt. 49% for them. From the three, both teams shot very well. 15 of 37 for the Raptors for 41%. 13 of 31 for the Lakers, 42%. Lakers got to the line 26 times, hit 22 of them for 85%. Raptors 21 times, hit 17 of them for 81%. The Raptors had 41 rebounds. The Lakers had 38, and both teams had 14 offensive boards, which was not a surprise. The Raptors are a very good offensive rebounding team, but they also give up a lot of offensive rebounds. That is something that remained in this basketball game. The Raptors had a whopping 39 assists to the Lakers 26, but we still get the win, so we don't give a you-know-what. 9 steals for the Raptors, 7 for the Lakers, 7 blocks for both teams. 15 turnovers for the Raptors, 14 points conceded off of those. Only 11 turnovers for the Lakers, 14 points also conceded from ours. 21 fast break point for the Raptors, 11 for the Lakers, 58 points in the paint for the Lakers, 46 for the Raptors. The largest lead of the game for the Lakers was 13. The largest lead of the game for the Raptors was 3, and the Lakers ended up winning by that amount. Yeah, this was great, man. This was one to remember, man. So, LeBron James, 36 minutes of play, 8 points, 4 of 17 from the field, over 5 from 3, 6 rebounds, 11 assists, 1 offensive board, a -1. It was a struggle out there, but the assists were great. And, of course, the big assist at the end of the game that we'll never forget, sacrificing the streak that'll go down in history as the greatest streak of all time as it pertains to consecutive games scoring over 10 points. The greatest scorer of all time had a really tough time scoring these last 2 games, but he did not have a hard time getting his players involved, and they held it down for him tonight. A whopping 11 assists for LeBron James off of only 8 points. It's sad to see the streak go, but it couldn't have gone at a more appropriate time, in a more appropriate way for a player that always makes the right play and has done this his entire career. He always was willing to sacrifice these type of plays. So for him to miss his streak on this game, I think that was the heavens raining down on him. You know, you gotta think the basketball gods just tipped their hat to LeBron for this one. When you sacrifice for your teammates, good things happen. I hope other players, young players, are paying attention to what LeBron James has done in his career in that regard. This sums it up perfectly, man. This was poetic justice. Rui Hachimura, 35 minutes of play, 12 points, 4 of 9 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 offensive board, +4, and the game-winning shot for Rui, his first game-winning shot of his NBA career. This was also a phenomenal opportunity to celebrate Rui Hachimura's efficiency. He is one of the more efficient shooters in basketball, and this was a crown jewel highlight for his career. DeAndre Ayton, 32 minutes of play, 17 points, 8 of 11 from the field, 8 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 2 blocks, 3 rebounds on the offensive end, -1. He was terrific. He's always terrific for the Lakers. He has been a heaven sent as well. When you consider his efficiency, scoring in the paint, his rebounding, and just his ultimate defensive improvement. He's been a really, really good defensive center for the Lakers in ways that was never promoted to us. He has truly lived up to his name, dominating, and we couldn't be more happy to have him out there. And even without Luka the Don, we still had a legendary game from our squad. He had a lot to do with that. Gabe Vincent, 24 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 8 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 offensive boards, a 0 on the plus-minus. He had a really good first half. In the second half, we saw the same struggles, to be honest with you. He had a flagrant foul that I didn't really agree with on Mamukilishvili. That, they call it a flagrant one. It was what it was. A bad defensive play down the stretch where he jumped ahead of a guy who just kind of pump faked on a layup, laid the ball up, and they called an and one on him. Gabe Vincent, it's such a wonderful night, man. Such a wonderful night for our team. Austin Reeves, 41 minutes of play, 44 points, 13 of 21 from the field, 5 of 11 from the 3, 13 of 15 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 10 assists, 5 turnovers, +6. Superstars do what superstars do, man. Put the team on his back when Luka's out. He was unbelievable tonight. Hit the 44 mark. I mean, what can I say, man? The only person I'm trading him for is Giannis, and he made me think twice about that after this basketball game. Because with Giannis being as injured as he is and Reeves being as durable as he's been, you have to wonder if that is actually a mistake after a basketball game like this. I know that sounds crazy, but it's the truth. You have to wonder, is there a world where this is not the right decision for the Lakers if you're giving up this person and bringing back Giannis? And I didn't think I'd say that too often in this life. I didn't think I'd ever say that, but when you look at how this game went, you have to wonder, seriously. Jake LaRavia, 28 minutes of play, 14 points, 5 of 8 from the field, 2 of 3 from the 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 2 steals, 1 block, 3 offensive boards +1. He bounced back very strong. After a very bad game against the Suns, he did everything what I wanted to see him do against the Suns. Today against the Raptors, this was one of his best games of the season, and I really, really was pleased with everything I saw from Jake, everything, including that chase down block, his efficiency shooting, his driving at the rim. Defensively, he was good, rebounding the ball, 50-50 balls. He gave me all the stuff that I know he can give me. There were some moments out there that were not perfect, but he's not a perfect player, but he showed us why he's a valuable role player for our squad, and If he can play like this every night, we have a much better chance of winning, and we have a much better chance of having a good bench. We just need to get this out of him more often. Dalton Connect hit his only 3-point attempt, 3 minutes of play, -2. Adu Thero got some minutes tonight. Love that. Would have loved to have seen him get more minutes. 10 minutes to be exact, 4 points, 1 on 1 from the field, 2 or 3 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, -2 for Adu Thero. Jackson Hayes had 16 minutes tonight, 4 points, 2 or 5 from the field, 4 rebounds, 3 blocks, plus 3 offensive boards for Jackson as well. That's really good production, man. Nick Smith was awesome tonight. 14 minutes, 12 points, 4 of 7 from the field, 2 or 3 from 3, 2 or 3 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 2 steals, plus 6. He helped out on both sides of the floor. Hit a huge corner 3 down the stretch of this game as well. Just no hesitation. His ceiling is very high, and I need him to get more minutes out there. I know he tends to make mistakes here and there, but tonight is another reason why you understand. While everyone was saying we have a bad bench, you do understand he wasn't playing, and that's kind of the story. I keep telling people the Lakers don't have a bad bench. They just have the wrong players in rotation right now. And when you see our roster shift a bit because of people being out, you're reminded of what it is we actually have on our bench if we just decide to utilize it. And so, priorities, man. Gabe Vincent being in rotation, you eliminate that player, and you're going to see Nick Smith step up, Jackson Hayes step up. You see some other guys in the G League get an opportunity. It is what it is. Adu Thero get more minutes. Your roster is better than we're utilizing, and tonight was a prime example of that. So no Maxi Kleber, no Vanderbilt, no Bronny James. Those guys got DNPs this evening. 7 straight for Vanderbilt. You have to wonder if he's going to be here much longer. So for the Toronto Raptors, who lost the game at the buzzer, Hayden Ash, Brandon Ingram, 36 minutes of play, 20 points, 10 of 23 from the field, 0 of 6 from 3. 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 turnovers, 1 block, 3 offensive boards, and -3. Yeah, I'm hot about how he did Austin. I am. I'm not going to pretend like I'm cool with that. That was Bush League, and it gets no respect here. Mamush Kelishvili, 37 minutes of play, 13 points, 4 of 13 from the field, 3 of 9 from the 3, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 steals, 1 block, 2 offensive rebounds, -2 for Mamu. Scotty Barnes had a really good game, 36 minutes of play, 23 points, 8 of 16 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 3 blocks, plus 3, 4 offensive boards. He was a stats monster tonight. Very happy to have him on a lot of basketball teams in the fantasy league. Scotty Barnes is really good. Emmanuel Quickly, 32 minutes, 13 points, 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 5 assists, 4 turnovers, 2 steals, -11 for Emmanuel. Jacoby Walter shot very well tonight, 25 minutes, 17 points, 6 of 10 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 offensive boards, -3. Jamison Battle, 16 minutes, 10 points, 4 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line as well, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, +5 for Jamison Battle. He played well in the fourth quarter down there in the second half. He was good. Colin Murray Boyles, a good game for him as well. 16 minutes, probably should have had more minutes. 12 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 2 of 2 from the 3. 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 offensive board, -1. He was really good. Mogbo, 5 minutes, 0 of 1 from the field, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, 1 offensive board, -1. Jamal Sheed, or Shed, I'm not sure. And I don't remember what they said. I think they said Shed. I don't know. 21 minutes, 4 points, 0 of 1 from the field and 3, 4 from the line, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 turnover, 2 steals, +1. He's really good defensively. That is a heck of a player to have to deal with. And Grady Dick, 16 minutes, 8 points, 2 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 1 rebound, 1 turnover, -3 for Grady. And that is the stats for this game, man. Naturally you want to give the game ball to Rui Hachimura, but I'm not going to do that. And, of course, LeBron James with the game-winning assist. Not going to give him the game ball either. I'm going to give the game ball to Austin because Austin carried the load. Austin did the heavy lifting tonight in Luka's stead. And without him, this game is a blowout the other way. 44 points, 13 of 21 from the field, 5 of 11 from 3, 13 of 15 from the line, 5 rebounds, 10 assists. The 5 turnovers could have been better, but he did have some good defenders on him, +6. He was just good, man. He was really good all the way around. Superstar numbers for a superstar player. And I'm happy he's here, man. And if we get through this trade deadline without making a trade to get him out of here, I'm pretty sure we'll be happy we didn't. I know Giannis is an amazing player. Obviously, you'd be willing to make a trade to get Giannis. But you look at what Austin's doing and his trajectory going forward. You have to be happy he's on your team, and you have to imagine other people want him on theirs too. So it is what it is, man. Get ready to break the bank for Austin if you don't trade him, because that's really what's ahead for us, man. 44 points, 41 minutes. I mean, this is not a regular star. This is a player who's on the verge of being a superstar if given an opportunity. I think he can do this every night. And so that is the reality of it. You don't trade him unless you're bringing back a top 5 player in this league right now. And I don't say that lightly. It's just the truth. Then you think twice about doing it too. So that's what it is, man. The Los Angeles Lakers, man. You got to love where we're at, starting the road trip off the right way. We definitely had a bad game against the Suns, but this is exactly what you want to see. With Luka celebrating the birth of his baby girl in Serbia. I'm sure he watched this game. I know he was watching. And I know he was super happy to see our team succeed in the fashion that we did, and probably would have loved to have been out there, but nothing comes before family, and we celebrate his personal circumstances there just as much as we celebrate this championship. Yeah, now, right. I'm getting ahead of myself. This game where we won at the buzzer on the road to start our road trip. And hopefully it'll turn into a championship. What can I say? I'm a Laker fan. We know what we're here for. The word celebrate and championships kind of go together with us. This is what it is. So, yeah, standings. Let's take a look at where we're at. Of course, we're still in second place. 16-5 is your record. Start a new streak here. Hopefully, we can get the Boston win tomorrow. Of course, we are seeing our arch rivals. Tomorrow, we'll be ready for them. I got some highlights to watch on them. I watched half of them. Still got 3 to watch or something like that. I don't know. This is Boston. We'll be ready. What else? Yeah, we are a full game ahead of the Houston Rockets at 14-5. And, of course, we are 4.5 games behind OKC at 21-1. I don't expect them to lose too many games at all, so they're staying in first place all season long unless something drastic takes place. Toronto Raptors fall to the third place spot in the Eastern Conference at 15-8. They are tied with the Knicks, I guess, 14-7. And both of them are, 2.5 games behind the first place Detroit Pistons at 17-5. So that's really what it is, man. Now we turn around and get ready for the Boston Celtics tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Another early game. Celtics destroyed the Wizards. No surprise there. The score was 146-101. So I will be watching highlights of that nonsense. But, you know, it is what it is, man. We're so happy to have gotten this win tonight against the Raptors at the buzzer. And we don't really even want to think about those ugly ghouls in green that we will ultimately have to see tomorrow. And Jaylen Brown did not play. They scored 146 points without Jaylen Brown, by the way. We need to take those Celtics seriously. We really do. We're going to have to play better. We're going to have to get a better offensive output from LeBron James. And when I say offensive, specifically scoring, because obviously the assists were good. But he's going to have to score more than 10 and 8 points. We can't sustain like this. He can get assists every night if he wants to, but we're going to need him to get in the scoring column if we want to be as successful as we hope to become. And he struggled out there a lot of the night. We're so happy that he was able to sacrifice the streak, but that should have never even been a thing. So his shooting needs to improve, and he needs to put in the work. And, you know, there were times out there where he struggled to hustle, as we've been calling out, you know, slow to react to plays. And some of the plays he made, I think he made out of frustration tonight. He jumped over the top of Scotty Barnes in the fourth quarter. I thought that was a very stupid play. But ultimately he made up for all the stuff that wasn't so good by making the sacrificial pass out of the double team for the buzzer corner shot for Rui. And Rui naturally hit the bucket like Rui's often does. There were things about this game that weren't great. Our defense could have been a lot better. I thought we made some uncharacteristic mistakes out there, rotating and things like that, getting beat on back cuts and layups early. The 3-point perimeter defense could have been a little better. There were things out there we didn't like, but ultimately, I mean, guys sacrificed a lot. Austin Reeves took so much punishment tonight, drawing offensive fouls on one end, getting hammered with no calls coming his way in the first half on layups and stuff like that. Three-point ball was falling for him. He was everywhere. He just did not give up, man. And it was infectious. The whole team playing for one another, and they get to celebrate this win together. This is what it's all about, man. Teamwork and chemistry is at an all-time high, even with guys struggling out there. The chemistry is A1. And I think this team should be very, very pleased with itself. And we have to be honest, man, as I already said at the beginning of the video. You got to take a good, hard look at what you have right here and wonder if you're not being greedy by making a trade for a big-time superstar like Giannis. Long-term for your franchise, you feel great about putting Giannis and Luka together. So you have to make a real strong decision one way or another. But you look at this team, you see the chemistry, you understand you got players and good contracts, stuff like that. It is a real franchise sacrifice to give away a lot of that depth to bring in one player. And that player has to stay healthy. That player has to deliver. That player has to resign. It's a lot of things that you have to consider when you're bringing superstars to you. You can't buy a championship. You know what I mean? And I don't know if this team's ceiling is championship, but I'm not sure it's not, especially if things don't go right for the Thunder for whatever reason. So we have to think long and hard about what we want to do. I don't think we can win the trade for Giannis, but I can totally see Giannis making this the place he wants to be, as to which he'll force his way here. But, you know, the two people you have to trade away are the superstars of this game. Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves will be what this would be centered around in picks. I just can see a world where maybe things don't tumble the right way after you bring Giannis here, and then suddenly you don't have this type of thing going for yourself. And so, you know, it's a risk. It's a risk, and like I said, I'm on the board with making a trade like that. If we can bring Giannis to us, I'd do it anyway, just because it's Giannis. But I also understand he's 30 years old. I also understand he has the injury issues. He tends to be hurt in the playoffs. The last couple of years, the issue with the Bucks is him being hurt in the playoffs. So there's things to consider, problems that you don't have right now. And so you have to wonder if this is the right decision, if the Lakers do indeed decide to do this. Is it the right decision? I believe it is, for more reasons than basketball. But just off the sheer idea of what we have to be careful. That's really what it comes down to. You have to be careful. So that's what I'm saying. 123-120 was the victory. We win at the buzzer on a game we'll never forget. And I'm really proud of this team for gutting this one out on the road in a whole different country. You know what I'm saying? This is in Canada. And, you know, something about playing the Raptors where special things happen, man. Talk about Kobe's 81. That was also against these same Raptors. This is another one of them type of games that you won't soon forget it, man. Kudos to LeBron James for sacrificing his streak for the win, and kudos to Rui and Austin for being superb out there. Nick Smith had a big game. Jake played great. DeAndre played great. This was a really, really special game for this team. So now we got to forget about it and get ready for Boston. And we know what time it is with the Boston Celtics. That is a rival of the highest order. It's one of the great rivalries in world sports, not just American sports, in world sports. And anytime you go into that building, you have to suspect that both teams are going to want to go all the way out to win the game, no matter what the records are for both teams. So Boston's not who they used to be because they don't have Jason Tatum. He ain't coming back this season, but that doesn't mean they don't have plenty of firepower. So we'll be ready, man. We've been doing really well going into Boston these last couple years, and let's make it another one where we get the victory and continue our bragging rights against the team, the only team in the league that has one more NBA championship than us. So that's really what it is, man. We hate the Celtics more than anything in the world, and we also respect them more than any other team in the league. So we celebrate tonight, but if we don't refocus, we're going to be angry at how things go tomorrow. So that's really what it's about, man. Love this win, though. Rui at the buzzer. Streak is over for LeBron. Salute the great king, BDF44. I thank y'all for watching. Salute the Kobe Minute as well. I'm out.